Morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world of darkness, and welcome to Rage Across New York, a werewolf venue. And on today's scene, after having probably a shitty night, Raphael is just waking up. Um, probably, probably, I imagine, uh, trapped in his own room. Where his backmate thought, yeah, at least that way he's not gonna hurt anyone.
I mean, I don't even think we have locks, so you wouldn't be trapped.
I'm the narrator, I do what I want. So he unlocked his own door, because of course he's a Ragabash, he will find a way to lock doors. And he's gotta get downstairs. Technically that's the cue for
Mm,
other players to do whatever.
okay. As it's early morning, I don't know how early in the morning, but fuck it. On actually, like, yeah, why not? Like in one of the chairs, there is the huddled up form of Tlatahine, kind of blanket over her. She's still kind of asleep. Yeah.
Mm. And
Will is. Oh,
wait,
sorry. Will is not asleep. He'll just be kind of fiddling around in the kitchen, uh, restraining himself from drawing or abusing in any way the sleeping Talate for practical joke purposes. But yeah, he'll see Raphael walk in and he'll just kind of nod to him.
and yeah, he has a shitty face and still has bag under his eyes. So he's gonna just mumble to himself as he's heading towards the kitchen to get some
Sleep
coffee.
well. Sleep well?
Uh, Not really. He's gonna pour himself a cup of coffee, which probably in his case would be in a pint.
Will's Yeah, Will's just kind of smiling. He finds he's clearly find a small level of amusement in your suffering.
After pouring himself his big cup, he's gonna sit at the table. Did you drag me out of a bush or did I dream that?
I didn't drag you. You came willingly. You were overcome with a love and appreciation for our goddess. Out of character, Will use dazzle on you.
Well, as what?
Will use dazzle on him to pacify him.
And he squints. Eh, could be worse.
So, how are you feeling?
I got a headache and I feel like shit. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm alright. Had some productive meetings today. Do you remember much of what happened?
Mm, it's kind of dazed off, but I'm pretty sure I was about to shoot someone. Mm,
Yep. He pointed your gun at Felix.
mm. I was in a better mood. I would say he would probably feel aroused feeling a gun against him, but he takes out his notebook. Okay, so Glass Walker. Uh, I guess I'll buy him a new screen or something.
Yeah, I think an apology would be a. I understand we were under some kind of duress, but yeah, you put a gun at somebody.
Yeah, right of contrition, all that shit. Yeah.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I get edgy when someone say, no, it's fine, you don't have to do right of contrition. Because then it means that they're just going to hand it over to you, the fact that they were generous enough to forget what you did. So, no, I'm not inclined to have debts.
Or just nods like he thinks that's a pretty wise kind of idea.
And he fills his pockets. So, who has my gun?
I'm not sure. Probably Talate. Oh, by the way, I got these for you from Redbones earlier. And he brings out a kind of like doggy bag and hands it over to Raphael.
And take doggy bag.
It is crab, like crab legs or something. It's from
And
an earlier scene.
he looks at it and looks at him. I don't have the Philodox on speed dial, but you're pulling me a ragabash in the morning.
I've just given you some food. Any connotations or links you want to make is entirely up to you.
Yeah, it's entirely up to me. As he just he's gonna take a bite out of the crab.
Should we wake her up?
Hmm?
You want to wake her up?
Mm. Nah, I guess I'm gonna get skinned off one way or another. Might might as well do it. And, he he wipes he wipes his hand. Oh, who's the lucky Prince Charming? I
I think
take
she's
your
tired
silence
because
as
you.
approval.
I think she's tired because you kept her up all night. You can wake her up. I'll be your backup.
And he shrugs and he takes the food and put the doggy bag under Talatihin's nose. As the sweet scent of crab people
Sweet.
cooked, rich nostrils.
Honestly, the moment that there is something like, because it's a paper bag, so the moment something is like making sound like right next to her, Platin will kind of make that snorting noise, like, and actually kind of uh, like jolts, and not knowing really what happened, she kind of whacks in the general direction of whatever is there in front of her.
Crab food.
Well, then that's flying through the entire, like through the cabin.
And he looks, huh? At least I'm happy I had some.
I paid good money for that. God damn it. Will goes and starts picking up the crab bits and like blowing on them. 5-second rule.
She blinks. What?
Talate, I know we need to fight the crab people, but leave my dinner alone, alright?
Um, I overslept.
Seems so.
Well, shit. I got...
You're late for breakfast. Come on.
I'm late for a lot of things right now. I don't have time for breakfast. But
Come on,
she
sit.
kind of jumps up. Luckily, like, still has her clothes on and everything.
What are you late for? Come sit with us.
Well, there's shrines, there's Chiminich, there's just duties.
Well, I've had a productive day so far, so I'll help you with it and you can hang out with us for a bit, alright?
You don't need to help me.
I don't need to help you, I want to help you. Oh, come and have breakfast, please.
Okay.
Yeah, Will sits Talati down and starts bustling about in the fridge, just making toast and all sorts of stuff. And yeah, leaves the remaining, not covered in hair and dirt, crab claws.
Raphael
That's too
will
sweet.
pour the coffee because she's actually brewing real, genuine coffee.
Tlathine is looking a bit perplexed. This is not how she usually starts her mornings, and it throws her off her path a little bit. So she's actually not protesting that Will just kind of like set her down and is doing stuff in the kitchen what she should be doing, and like preparing breakfast for them. She is just kind of half awake, blinking, looking at the table. I I should be doing that. Will, go sit. Let me yeah, let me take care of that, please.
Take her a walk.
Making breakfast.
I'm already doing it. I'm already doing it. You sit down. If you want something to do, you can answer Raf's question as to where his gun is. And you can decide whether he deserves it back or not.
Oh, right, yes. It's in my bag.
Okay. He sips his drink.
You want to have it back? Yes. She gets up and walks back to the chair that she was sitting in, and like from behind it, she'll pull her bag out. Walks back to the kitchen table, sets it down. You can hear like a clunk because that thing is starting to get pretty heavy with everything that she's carrying around.
And yeah, he inspects it. Uh, Empty.
Whoa, 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 whoa! You gotta like poke around her bag.
Oh no, sorry. I thought you had. I thought
No,
you had
she just
pudding.
puts the entire bag on the table. How are you feeling, Raphael? She slowly starts to like go through her stuff.
Uh, had a shitty night, and I got a headache, but I'm working on it. As he
Mm,
drinks more coffee.
yeah. Oh, by the way, William, as she looks back at their other packmates,
Was putting the bacon on.
don't drink the iced tea from the kitchen, like from the fridge. There's a
Eyebrow
can.
raised, questioning.
There's a can with like cold tea in it in the fridge. Don't drink it.
Why?
Because it's the leftover stuff from yesterday.
Ah, well, Nod's goes back to cooking. He's throwing lots and lots of bacon that his kinfolk have bought, and stuff into a pan. You can hear him muttering about something about how it's too hard to get black pudding over here.
What's black pudding? She finally pulls out like the gun and hands it to Raphael.
It's like a pudding made from blood.
And
Sounds interesting.
for his part, Raphael is going to empty the bullets of the gun.
There are
Put
no
it.
bullets in the gun.
Oh, and fine. Fine. He goes, well, at least someone had the right idea. And put it back in his pocket.
Will brings over 3 plates piled high with bacon, sausages, baked beans, some fried bread. No black pudding, unfortunately. Mushrooms. And yeah, sits
Tomatoes.
down. No, he doesn't like them because I don't like them. They shouldn't be part of that pudding. And
Some of the
yeah,
surviving crabs.
no, he's left the crabs out. That will be heresy.
In an
Literally,
English breakfast, hell yeah.
yeah. And yeah, he will pop down. Yeah, he will plop down the food in front of them and sit down, smile. He's very impressed with himself, and begin tucking in.
Tatahin looks at this dish. Kind of suspicious.
Quiet, it's really good. Will says with a mouthful. Everything
Yeah.
is slightly there.
I was gonna say, can I roll enigmas on that?
Raphael is also eating. Like, I mean, that's good.
Is this breakfast?
Or at least
Mm-hmm.
Occidental breakfast.
It doesn't look like breakfast.
I mean, what does breakfast look like then?
Well, is breakfast supposed to be warm?
Just bloody eat it. It's good.
Yes, Raya. Uh, sorry. Wow. No.
Will, yeah, you see him like stab a sausage with a fork and just give you like a really dirty look.
Force of habit. Then she even blushes a little bit as she starts to, yeah, very carefully kind of pulling everything apart, like making sure that there's like no blend over from like beans on other stuff, and just very carefully puts bean in her mouth. Hmm.
So, verdict?
And she swallows. Interesting choice, but it's nice. Thank you, Will.
He nods.
Hmm. I'll have to make the breakfast next time.
What do you eat down in Mexico for breakfast?
Mm, I don't know. Could always make some sweet potato chorizo hash and eggs and avocado with it. Or, I don't know, chilaquiles. Or, eh, I guess I'll see on the spot.
Get your kin to bring and we'll have it tomorrow for breakfast. Do you have kin in the city, Raphael?
Should be there by the end of the month. They're making their way up.
Something I got to talk to you two about. I've said it in passing to Talatahin, but the warder has made an order that the packs are not to live permanently on the sept anymore.
I mean, and he looks left and right. I don't want to insult everybody, but it's the sept is upon our sept. Uh, yeah, no, I don't intend to make my kinfolk stay here.
I don't mean the kinfolk, though. I mean us.
Mm, okay, so where?
There's a meeting in a couple of days about that. Felix has had some ideas, and I put him in charge of helping the packs move and locate around the city. We've talked about various areas and where we could move to, so that we can be spread out and cover most of Manhattan, but still be close enough to the sept if there's an emergency.
Hmm. Okay. Hmm.
With this conversation, Tlata is really silent. Just kind of focusing on her plate, not saying much.
Yeah, Will kind of sees that, but he'll kind of press on anyway. So the two best options for us seem to be either on the east side. I've suggested that each pack should be near a park, just for crossing. And I know that we would want to be near the river or
Hmm.
some kind of water, so that we can better fulfill our duties to the totem. Either that or right up in the north of Manhattan. There's some big woods. And yeah, more open spaces. It would mean we were slightly further away from the sept, though.
Hmm. So cover more grounds. That's interesting, even if I guess people are gonna need to be extra careful considering we have skin dancers on our hand.
Yeah, being extra careful is something we are going to have to do. It's been somewhat of a luxury being able to live on Sept, be this close to such a powerful source of Gaia's wellspring.
Hmm.
And yeah, we'll have to adapt, learn how to live out in the city better. But I think it's good. We'll know the terrain, we'll know the environment that we're fighting in better. We'll be closer to it, more in tune with it.
Hmm. So, okay. Hmm. So how is it gonna be for Guardians since they have to be on the Sept? Are they pretty much going to be the only one outside of, well, the Water and the Alpha to stay here?
Guardians will be required to spend a good chunk of their day here. There'll be a rota. I'm sure the War Fur will work out. Same with the Keepers, I imagine. And obviously, our Alpha here is Keeper of the Land, so she will, I imagine, spend a fair amount of her time here as well.
Look how interesting that mushroom is.
But yeah, I think it's good. Us all moving out, getting out into the city fits the general battle plan, but it'll be harder for some of us than others.
Hmm.
It'll mean we have to support ourselves better. What's your income situation like, Raf?
Can you repeat the last sentence? Considering I don't have the ear set anymore.
What's your income situation like?
Uh, Normal. Like, not much, but not poor.
Well, my income is whatever my kinfolk can spare. Talatahin, your income situation, I think, is something similar, but you don't even have kinfolk to help you.
My income. You mean
Money.
money?
Currency.
I don't have any.
Who knows? I'll try to get some employment or a salary out of the Green Tree Foundation, perhaps, or try and make some money through that. Just a bit, enough to support myself and pay some rent and buy food and that sort of shit.
Mm. Makes sense.
I think if we pay the rent, you can hang out till after and it won't be too difficult. You obviously can't work a job, especially if you're going to be here, probably as your full time job, as it were.
A job. And she finally looks up. Do you see me working a job in there?
No, that's what I just said.
I don't like this idea at all.
I understand that. But this is what the board has decided.
We've already had breaches on the Sept, and that was with all of us present. How's everybody come back in time if something happens again? We've had 2 Garou dead, and we still don't know how. And at least one of them died on Sept. How's that gonna be when we're not here?
There will always be a Garu presence around the cairn. There'll be Guardians, Mother Larissa, and Murder Hobo. The rest of us, we won't be so far. We'll all be on Manhattan. We'll all be within emergency distance. And the idea is that the Sept will be less threatened if we're out there being a buffer anyway. There will be less direct attacks against the Sept.
So you're saying that we're setting these new cabins up to get attacked instead of the Sept?
No. I'm saying that we're going to have to go out into the city and blend in and live like people.
Hmm.
I know this is hard, Plate, and even a bit scary, but this is the warder's orders. This is something we have to do.
Blend in like people. Some of us aren't what you describe as people.
Will just kind of looks down at his breakfast. He doesn't want to argue with Talate over this. Doesn't respond to that.
She'll look at him for a couple of seconds and then puts shoves her plate a couple of, like, a little bit away from her. Just takes a mug and goes over to, like, the coffee maker and just fills it with coffee.
I'm not saying this is going to be easy. We're going to have to change. We're going to have to adapt.
I'm just saying that some of us maybe can't.
Hmm. Then again, I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to ask the water some question. Because as much as I can agree that everybody staying on set 24 hours 7 may not be practical, um, she does have a point.
Of course, she has a point. She's absolutely right. It is going to be hard. You're going to have to disguise yourself, wear some clothing. Your Metis appearance isn't that difficult, though, Talate. Humans out there do all sorts of crazy shit to themselves. They dye their hair a different color, have piercings. You just have to wear a scarf and some gloves.
It's not just about the appearance, William. For you, you understand that place. You live there. Lots of the Homid Garou in the Sept at least understand what's out there.
Yeah.
I can't even go with that underground train thing because I don't understand that, and I've been with that once, but Chloe was there. I don't even want to understand that. That is not a place for me.
We will be here. We will help you, and we'll help you learn and adapt and all these things.
I think this.
Raphael observes the latte.
Yeah, she looks upset. Kind of glaring at mainly Will. Um, she
Is she glaring at Will?
mm, it's not like not constantly, but like from time to time when she does, like just for a few seconds and then looking away.
Will appears to be getting slightly irritated. Our own anger and all that.
We can still discuss on this subject further. But if that is an order and that, well, the warder doesn't want to change his mind, then there's nothing really much that we can do about it. And
No, there's not.
and well, on on the plus side, considering you have a job and a duty here, you won't have to spend that much of the time there.
How am I gonna get there? In here.
Well, I mean, I can always drop you off in a car.
If you're going to live out there, you should learn how to travel around there. There's public transport. There's a subway. People
If
can
I'm
learn
gonna
these
live
things.
there, I will be a prisoner there. That is not freedom. That is locking up.
Well, here's the thing: if they don't want you to stay here, then you don't have a choice, either way. So,
I realize that. But that doesn't mean that I have to like it.
I mean, nobody say you have to like it.
I'll be a wolf in a cage there.
It's not a cage, it's duty. This is what our warder has said to happen, and he's asked me to make it happen. You want me to turn around and start whinging and moaning that things are going to be difficult? You think, fine, we're Hamid, right? Go out in the city. You try being an Arun walking down the fucking street. You try and do anything. You could hold a job even better than I could, Talate. I walk down the street and people look at me like I'm some kind of crazy person. Walk across from it. We all feel the curse. No, this isn't going to be nice. We're going to be leaving our home. I'm going to be leaving my home. It's going to suck, but we're going to do it. Because that's what we've been told to do.
I think what she's trying to say is that as much as it is going to be painful, contrary to her, we have a basis knowledge of everything. And that means it's going to be really, really bothersome to have to learn everything. Because pretty much she went from, I guess, from everything that I know, when you accept to accept a Bonar, which, well, threw off most of her conventional traditional understanding, and now that she has some stability, she is forced to go again into another unstable ground.
It doesn't matter. Never mind. Sure, it's her duty. And if our elders command it, then I will be a prisoner there. It's fine. Doesn't matter. You guys can discuss this. I'm gonna take a walk. And she will, yeah, she will go out.
As Talate walks out, Will has basically had like his bridge of his nose pinched, and as soon as she steps outside, he's just going to throw his plate across the room and sit back down. Smashing the plate.
Do you want me to get another plate for you?
No, leave the damn plate. Does she think I want to be doing this? Of course she doesn't want to leave. And it's not fair to ask her to leave. I don't know why Murderhober wants to do this.
Well,
but he does.
Well, I mean, he does. That's my job to ask why. Because apparently, from what you're saying, he just said it's an order. Didn't really fully elaborate the reasoning.
Ask, but I don't think he'll change his mind. He seems pretty set on it.
I mean, he can be set on it. Doesn't mean I can't ask him why.
Will just shrugs.
I mean, and as you said, I mean, we have two different problems. Tate has mostly manageable deformities to hide. Her main problem is ugly.
Okay. Will is gonna I'm sorry, Damien. Will is gonna stand up and lean over Raphael. Don't call them deformities.
He's gonna pinch the bridge of his nose. What do you want me to call them then?
Don't call them that. Will's actually going to kind of, kind of step back a bit. I'm really sorry. That was... Sorry, Raph. And I'll sit down.
So, as I was trying to say, Delatehin's problem is not going to be on the physical side, it's going to be mental. However, we got a bigger problem, which is not technically our problem because she's not part of the pack, but 10 point is kind of hard to miss.
Yeah, that's the
So
problem.
I really want to ask why he thinks that, you know, all packs should be in the city all the time for a certain period of time. So I'll ask a question. He doesn't have to change his mind because, like, I feel that changing that guy's mind is kind of an exploit. But at least if I can nag him enough so he can punch me and answer, at least that'll give us an idea of where to stand.
Yeah, maybe.
And
Yeah, ask him, but I don't think it'll do much.
I mean, it won't do much, but I don't feel. I feel the problem also of Murder Hobo is that not a lot of people, you know, ask him questions or even say, Murder Hobo, that's a fantastic idea, but maybe you should develop or maybe consider everything and tell things to people. Doesn't mean he has to change his mind, but people in high position tends to, well, not a lot of people say no to them. That's why I'm here. That's my job.
It's fair.
As he gets up and stretched. All right. Well, I guess I need to buy a new computer screen or something akin. I'll think of something.
Will is sitting, slouched and just kind of like just nods.
And with that, Raphael makes his exit out of the cabin.
Watching him go, Will, stands up. He clearly looks a bit red in the face. He's kind of embarrassed about the way he's acted, intimidating Raph, and yeah. And he basically like kicks his chair and goes to his room. And I think we can call that scene.